Manx Radio's Countryside is brought to you by NFU Mutual.
Hello and welcome to Countryside here on Manx Radio. I'm Simon Clark.
And I'm Kirree. At the weekend, I went along to the Southern Vintage Engine Tractor Club's ploughing match at Santon.
And I caught up not with the three musketeers, but the three average auctioneers during this Melliah season. Well, a reasonable amount of decent weather. People out trimming hedges at the moment, so see a lot of that going on.
Now the berries are gone. It's nice to get out and get them all shaped up for the winter. But like you say, this dry spell has been absolutely fantastic for people to get the farming done, and the stock is looking really quite well for November.
Yes, plenty going on. We'll talk to the three above average auctioneers later in today's programme. But firstly, last week, Kirree, you were out venturing and watching a bit of ploughing.
I did. I haven't seen a bit of ploughing for a while, but I popped along there to Santon, to Ashley and Sandra Convig's field to catch up with the Southern Vintage Engine Club Tractors Plough match. Firstly, I got a chat with Ori Mitchell and then the judges. Well, Ori Mitchell, a lovely dry day here in Santon for the ploughing match. Good turnout?
Yeah, it was a good turnout. There were 12 tractors, various classes, world class, vintage, hydraulic and Manx style. So there was a good cross section of tractors here.
And which would be the most popular class? Has it changed much over the years?
This year we seem to have got a little extra, one or two extras in the world class, but the diesel hydraulic seems to be the more proficient one or outstanding one.
And it's nice to see there's a cross section of ages in the competition as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of us heading that way, unfortunately. I'm not sure if I've worded that right. Says you laughing.
But the thing is, you're all enjoying it. That's the main part of it.
Yeah, but there are younger ones out there, and that's good.
Yeah, this is it. And I do notice that within the ploughing fraternity, they all come from right across the Isle of Man to each of the ploughing matches.
Yes, they do, and that's a good thing that we're supported right from the south of the island right up to the north, sort of thing, and people will come. And again, the big thank you is to Ashley and Sandra for the use of this field.
Yeah. And like we say, the going looks like it's been pretty good. I know we've had a few heavy showers lately, but people have still got their yard boots on rather than their wellies.
Oh yes, yes, yes. So yeah, we're not slopping around in mud completely as we have done it other times in other places.
This is it. So how has the field been? I know that over the years I have learnt myself that these fields differ from top to bottom. How about this stubble field?
Yeah, I got told by one of them there's a big difference all the way through the three different stages of the field, how the soil just changes and the profile changes, and it just makes that big difference to the ploughing, and just keeping an eye on the plough and to keep adjusting it.
Yeah, so this field, would it be quite shaly? We're on a bit of a bank here on the back of the old Castletown road just above the Blackboard's corner.
There's some stoning, not as bad as some places have been, but no, it's been challenging at times for some of them.
This is it. And have you had a go today, Ori?
No, I do not plough. I stay clear of that. I don't mind stewarding and keeping an eye on things, but no, mine, as you know, is thrashing and baling.
This is it. And today, this one here, the Southern Vintage Engine and Tractor Club Plough match, you're celebrating the 40 years anniversary this year.
Yeah, thanks to others who set it up 40 years ago, and we're still flying the flag, to coin a phrase. And yes, there's interest here. Again, reliving our childhood to a certain extent.
This is it. And for some of the younger, we see little children here, you know, under the age of 10, seeing some of those vintage engines absolutely restored to beautiful, like brand new condition again. It must be just such a beautiful sight when they're so used to the big modern tractor, to see something just so quirky and special come along.
Yeah, there's two little ones were here a little earlier. They're always at the shows waving at me, and they came to have a look today, and they were over the moon seeing the tractors.
And it's great. They can get up and sit on them as well, and enjoy the massive big steering wheels that they have compared to the new modern day ones.
Yeah, so it's and everything's a lot easier, compared to the modern technology.
This is it. I do hear some of the boys saying these electrics not quite what we're used to. We normally take a hammer or a spanner to it and it'll go in no time. But yeah, very different having a computer plugged into them now, Ori.
Yeah, you've either got to go back to the factory or get someone from the factory to get onto you, sort of thing, and try to explain it to you, and you're scratching your head. What's he talking about?
You'll have seen some changes through your time with your enjoyment with the tractors.
Oh yeah. Again, from basically when, when Dad had the grey Fergie, and then the thrash and tackle coming round to the farms, one or two Fordsons around, but the island was overtaken with the Fergies when they took over after the horses.
Yeah. And did we have horses ploughing today?
Unfortunately, no, we didn't.
No. But it is nice to see them when they do get out and about
yeah.
To keep it going. And I know how we used to enjoy it looking at the McCraig niche many years ago, actually still in their working form.
Yeah.
But I see now that the day is closing off, and the Rumble and Tum Catering Company heading out the gate on the back of, I couldn't quite make out what make that tractor
That's a
was.
Fordson Major.
Saving the day.
Saving the day.
But it's always great. Dave Corlett, he puts on a good spread for you.
Yes, yeah, he's looked after us all very well.
Yeah. So who's going to be the winner today?
We're not sure at the moment. I'm waiting for all the results to come back in, and then we've got to correlate them. There's three different classes today, so there's a good chance there'll be three winners at least.
And is it stiff competition at the top of each of those classes?
Oh yes, at times there will be. There's only 1 or 2 points between each person or each class. But there's eight sections to judging.
Oh right, okay. And what does that cross section of?
That is the starting, opening up your buy, uniformity, the clash, and the finishing, and the ins and outs.
Oh golly, so you've got to get all of them right, really, then, because you can
yeah.
drop some points.
Oh
and
yes, yeah.
You could hope to make it up on other sections, but it might not be the case if the field's not so good or playing in your favour.
Yeah.
If you get a hard patch to
Yeah.
plough at. But isn't it lovely just seeing the folks just leaning on the tractor,
That's it. That's
mud
what
guards, just
That's what it's all about.
having a yarn.
Yes.
It's lovely to see. Well, thank you for your time, Ori.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Well, here we are with Sam Murray. Well, Sam, it doesn't look too much of a brock.
No, it's gone relatively well. It started off poorly, the middle improved slightly, and we're about to do the finish, so that can only go well, can't it?
Surely. It looks heavy enough.
Oh, it's sticky going today. It is
Yeah.
sticky going. It's
Mild here today too, isn't it?
Oh, it's close. It's very
Yeah.
It's you wouldn't think it's winter anyway, to put it like
You
that.
wouldn't, would you? It's right round the countryside. It's looking fairly nice, to be honest, nice and green and lush looking for November.
It's nice for November. Normally it's raining every day, isn't it? So
Yeah. So how's the old girl going, Massey Ferguson, today?
yeah, it's going well. It didn't want to start this morning as usual, and we had a puncture on the trailer on the way here, so.
Oh, definitely a plough day then.
Oh, for me it is. That's how it goes. If it goes too well on the way here, I know it's going to go wrong doing the job here. So it's gone wrong doing the job anyway. But it was one of those. We weren't too bothered by then.
No, this is it. Good day though had by all. It seems like it's a bit up and down this field though, looking across the ploughing.
Yeah, it's a traditional Manx field of humps and hollows, and it's been ploughed every which way but loose for hundreds of years. So
yeah, no, it's good. And you'd be well used to ploughing at home, Sam. You with bigger implements than this though.
Yeah, it's done a lot of commercial ploughing and in my time on the tractor, but it's a dying art, especially with the way they want regenerative agriculture and modern things. They're basically trying to ban the plough within reason. So it's nice to keep the sport going, really, while there's still knowledge about. Because in 20 or 30 years' time, there won't be as much knowledge about the countryside.
No, this is it. And I was talking to Ori just before there, and I said it's nice to see some young people coming into it. What do you get from it as a young farmer?
It's just it's a satisfaction of being able to do something that generations have done before and took pride in. Yeah. If generations before saw the brock I've made today, they wouldn't let me near a tractor again. But it's one of those. There's a lot of young fellas out there who should be doing it, and they know who they are. But hopefully they'll.
Name any of them?
No, I won't name them. I won't do them that just yet. But if they're not here by Christmas, we'll have to have a catch up in January. at the
Oh, there
Northern
we
match
go.
there.
Oh, I see, right. So you'll take part in all the matches
Yeah.
that are on this year?
Yeah, every match, all being well. In all fairness, I was late starting this season just with work commitments, but this is the first match I've actually started at. But from now on, it'll be competing, hope for the best. So
This is it. And
see if we could become anything but last will do me. So
Dear me. What about the plough? Let's have a look at her. Well, she's bright and orange and not too shiny today, though.
no, it's this is as shiny as it'll get in the
Oh,
Manx climate, but. Yeah, it's quite a rarity. It's a Wexford star from Ireland, but not many people even know what it is, and they look at it and they wonder if I've fabricated or fabricobbled it from somewhere.
We're just looking at this. They got the 56 weight ratchet
on.
strapped on
Oh,
the
yeah.
side of them. So
You need a bit more ballast on this. It's a bit of a light plough. Like, unfortunately, I've put more ballast on than the plough this winter already. So
and is it affecting the job?
the tractor's got a lot more traction with me on the
Wow.
seat. Yeah, an extra 10 or 15 kilos made a hell of a difference.
And has it definitely improved the ploughing?
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
That's all we care about. Now in the toolbox here we have a lump hammer and a can of Coke.
Oh yeah, that's when you've thrashed hell out the plough. You need something just to have 5 minutes and think, well, it wasn't actually its fault, was it? So, yeah.
But no, it's great to be in amongst the field of some of these boys here. They've been ploughing for donkey's years, and they
I
take
hate to
such
think-
pride in it.
I hate to think the combination of years of experience in here would be probably they'd all probably hate it if I said probably 2,000 years of experience here if you added them all up. But yeah.
Some of the tractors though, I've never seen such a shine on them.
Oh, like
looking
that's
great.
Stewie Callow there. He takes pride in his machine. Not like me, where mine just
Well,
it succumbs to either the dust, the rain, or whichever weather it's going to throw at it. But it's managed so far.
You can still see she's red and grey though.
Oh yeah. Bit like me going grey at this rate. I don't know if I'll go grey or bald by the end of this finish. But
Right, well anyway, you get on with your finish. The judges are here again now,
Thank you
so
very much.
well done, Sam. Well, I'm here now with the judges of today. The field is emptying rapidly. Have they heard the results, have they?
No.
Well, Phil, go on, you've been one of them.
Top secret. We don't tell them the results.
They
Goodness.
find them
Yeah.
next Thursday night.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see,
yeah.
so top secret.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a field of challenges, I'm led to believe.
It is. It's and everyone has a similar challenge. I mean, it's fair to say that some of the challenges are slightly different, but there's quite a lot of straw left on the field, which is a struggle because then the boys have got to try and find a way to bury it, and it's boggy in places, which means that the plough kind of sinks into the furrow a bit more, which means you get a bit of a wiggle starting to come in, and things like that. And then the ground was a bit soft, which meant some fellas were having difficulty getting grip with the tractor. So
We were
But-
just talking to Sam Murray up there. He looks a bit like Even Flow today with his straw hat on there. But he was saying he's put on a few kilos, so he's keeping the tractor with plenty of grip. But it's harder going at the top of the field where he is than what I believe is further down where some of the other boys are.
And he would say that, wouldn't he? That's the great thing with being a judge. We don't have to worry too much about any of that. We're judging the ploughing, not how difficult it might have been
This
to
is
make
it.
it. So,
And how is it looking for you from a judge's eyes?
Pretty good considering the conditions.
Yeah.
Right, okay. And is there much in it, score-wise?
No, very close.
Yeah, the best ones are hard to judge, hard to split.
Yeah.
There's some that maybe will go home and reflect on their job and think, I could probably have done that a bit better. But on the whole, the better ones in the classes have been quite hard to split.
Right. And do they get a time allowance?
Yes. They've got to be finished for 3:30, I believe.
Right,
But
okay.
they get a dispensation if they've had to do an interview with Manx Radio.
So that's why Sam's still going. We might get the lights out next.
Well,
huh?
yes, I think so.
But it's good to see all the young fellas have just come around here now. Colin Duggan, Steve Ennett and them boys have come to see and help him, support him. He says a lot of young people should learn how to plough from the older generations.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I learned from a whole load of experts, including my dad and Jimmy Kane and various others. And actually, it was old man Moore, what's his name? It was Willie Moore's Bagode's dad. He came to teach us, and I remember him still.
John Moore.
Yeah, John. And he was saying, don't be so rash with the horses, man. Don't be so rash. Take your time. And And he was right, and I did tend to take me tag. But,
And did you go over onto the tractors after that?
No.
Just with the
I've only
horses?
ever ploughed with horses. Seems far too easy sitting on a tractor all day compared with the
I
horses.
can assure you, Phil, it's not.
No. Don't want any battles of the judges. But a good field of competition then today.
It's been a pleasant day.
Yeah.
For some reason, we haven't had an argument.
Well, isn't that nice to hear?
2 gawns, you see.
I stick together, I see. Well, anyway, I better let you get your scores finished off. Sam, I think, is nearly finished, but there's a heck of a lot of smoke coming
There
out
is
of
an
that
awful
now.
lot of smoke coming out
Oh,
now.
dear.
Gosh.
What's happening?
Aye.
He's got his hat off now too. I could have all gone wrong. There we go. That was the 2 judges there, Henry and Phil Gaughan. Before that, Ori Mitchell and ploughman Sam Morrie.
Yeah, some characters getting in it. And it's great to see a bit of mix of the youth and the older generation still enjoying the ploughing matches, isn't it?
It was a great turnout and plenty of people there watching. I know it was a good day overhead, but it's just a great art. And like Sam says there, he wants to get some of the younger ones involved. I know the Southern Young Farmers hold a plough match and the other clubs do as well. But why it's so important, that's the thing, you know, for farming, for the full circle of agriculture. And they had their prize presentation there on Thursday, so we'll have to find out who actually won.
There you go. And there's such an art and pride was taken in the ploughing for many years. A little bit different now with the reversible ploughs and stuff and what they can do in a day compared to the old days doing buys and clashes. Unbelievable, isn't it? But it's great to see that still doing in the competitions.
Oh, it is. Like Ronnie Fairburn there, 90 plus years of age, doing a fabulous job of ploughing. Still leaving them all standing, apparently. But just to see the old Manx style, you know, it's only a couple of inches deep and not like these big modern tractors you're chewing away to Australia half the time. But fantastic display, and there's much more to come. I think the next one's the 16th of November, courtesy of Davy and Elaine Garrett there in St Mark's.
You're listening to Countryside here on Manx Radio with Kirree Kermode and myself, Simon Clark. Well, you'll have been to a few in your time, Melias, where they auction off all the vegetables and fruit, and it's been such a prominent feature of the Young Farmers Year amongst many other organisations and charities that raise lots of money for their charities and for other charities as well. And 3 auctioneers particularly get involved with a lot of them, particularly in the young farmers as well. And that's Bruce Carouche, Michael Taggart, and also Michael Kelly. I caught up with them to find out how many they'd done this year and whether the enthusiasm for the Melias has ever died down. Well, firstly, Bruce, are you the longest member of the team?
No, I think me and Taggy have both been doing it for equal amount of years, I think.
What would it be now, years?
Over 30 years now, Michael.
Really?
Oh, so it's been a long time now. Yeah, it's a long time since we started doing these auctions. Keith Carouche encouraged us.
He did. Yeah, and it was Monty Farger encouraged me at the Eastern one night. He didn't turn up. Or somebody said he was not going to turn up, so he better start. And of course, because I had a big gob, I started for him.
Now, what has much changed in the produce that's getting sold compared to 30 years ago in today's one? Is there a lot more vouchers and offers and things like that compared to just veg and fruit?
Yeah, a lot more vouchers and all these computer games and stuff like that. CDs, we never sell things like that. It's always cakes and stuff like that. But now we're selling all sorts of things, vouchers for all sorts of shops and all. It's really good that the local community puts things into other charities. Yeah, it's good.
Because all of these produce and gifts and vouchers are all donated, aren't they?
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah, so they're either bought by somebody to put into a charity, or they're bought. They're given by the retailer, the trade holders and stuff like that. The shopkeepers of the Alaman are great, and Bride Rad and people like that are great. Supplying veggies and the bakeries are all good. Yeah, it's good fun. Good
stuff. Michael Kelly, you I suppose call you the apprentice of the gang. Must have been a bit of a baptism of fire joining in with these gang.
Yeah, it's different. So like I say, and trying to follow behind Bush and Taggy, it's a mission kind of thing. But yeah, that was good fun.
But a lot of people have said, obviously Bush and Michael were 30 years behind them doing it, and lots of great compliments for you off late as well, with growing in confidence doing it. I suppose the more you do, to get easier.
Yeah, the more you do, it just sort of comes naturally to you then, kind of thing. It's just once you get up there, get going, it's good fun, and it just flows.
And some bizarre things have been sold and auctioned for ridiculous prices over the years. What's the most bizarre thing you've seen sold, Bush?
I can't possibly comment on the most bizarre thing. It was last year's...
a ladies' and men's item.
I'm not saying. But last night was a chainsaw for sale, a petrol chainsaw, and that went really well. Yeah, there's lots of different items, but I can't really think of a most expensive one. Steady Al had a door of his van sold one year.
Really?
Oh, yeah. His famous old red Citroen C15 van. Took the door off it and somebody brought it in. He was going to scrap it, so he sold the door.
So he did know about it?
Oh, he did know about it, yeah.
Well, what about you, Michael?
There's so many different things. I always think the shepherd's cooks always come up. Like Sir Michael Kelly, he sold this year, he sold the shepherd's cook, and that was £350, I think, this year. Yeah. So it's great things like that. But the one I always remember was 2 cooking apples, and 2 fellas took a ding-dong bidding on it, and we had £75 for 2 cooking apples.
Wonder how much the pie cost at the end of it. But it is great fun, and it's everyone who goes to these Meliors, they love the atmosphere which you guys just put into it, and it makes the night. It's a fantastic achievement, all the money that's raised, but the night itself, some people don't even buy anything, just go for the crack, don't they?
Yeah, just go for the crack, and they just say they can't wait till next year. I think I've got a booking for next year's already. But,
really?
Oh, yeah. But it's just great fun, and there's not so much money about this year, but people are still keen to put their hand in the pocket, and still, like Michael said earlier, still so keen to donate stuff and bake cakes, and these businesses are donating lots of stuff, and it's all donated, and it all goes to good charities. So, it's a win-win for everybody in it.
And also, Michael, obviously all three of you have been involved in the young farmers all your lives here. And of course, it's not just the auctioneers. There's a lot of the young farmers and people who are involved in the clubs and charities that actually are carrying forward and act as runners, they're sort of called, isn't it?
Yeah, without all them, it just wouldn't happen really, would it? I think without the people coming and without the runners, and like I said, people donating, it just wouldn't all happen, to be honest.
And the bar staff Don't forget the bar staff. They make the night.
Keep on their toes.
Well, there's always somebody who gets picked on regularly as well. Who do you enjoy seeing coming to the Meliors?
I think the best one is Alan Kermode, the fisherman in Balafia. He always takes it really good, but he wasn't here this year. He always takes it in good heart, because he was in a bit of trouble, and we didn't let him forget it that night.
I don't think he's ever forgotten.
No. Skipper's always good. He was at the Crosby last night at the Central Young Farmers, and he's always good to take a bit of banter. Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
But what about not just the north you get involved with, though, is it?
Don't really go too far south. They've got their own gangs down there.
I went international this year. I was down the Sidons this year for the power lifters. Yeah, it was a good night. Yeah, I went international.
Did you wear your lycra while you were lifting? No.
But all in all, what you guys do is fantastic. I mean, any idea how much money's been raised this year for charities?
I haven't tallied up really yet, but we should do and get back to you on that one. But it's quite a lot again, as usual. It's up in over 20 odd grand every year usually. So if you add that up for 30 odd years, it's a lump of money, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of money, and it all goes to charity. All stays local, and it's great fun. Yeah, good fun by us all. And we get Andy Mack comes and gives us a hand. He usually lowers the tone, and
he was helping out last night with the harvest loaf at the end. Yeah, he did well. Yeah, he's an old stalwart in the Meliors. He's more of a southern department, though, I think, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is there many more to do this year, Michael?
I don't think there's that many left, is there?
Southern Young
Farmers, that's about it, really.
Yeah. Well, keep up the good work, guys, and it's great to speak to you this afternoon.
Right, cheers, Simon.
Cheers, Simon. Thank you.
Well, then we are, the 3 above average auctioneers, as their wonderful T-shirts say, Kirree, isn't it?
They are a fabulous trio, and never a dull moment with them. The tripe that they make up to sell some of these products is unbelievable. But it's all for charity. It's all for good causes. They're giving up their night times and weekends to go and do it. But they love it. And I hope it just never dies out. The Meliors are just something the Isle of Man has to cherish.
Yeah, Michael Taggart, Michael Kelly, and also Bruce Kirree there chatting to me about the Meliors. And they are just such wonderful, thousands and thousands of pounds they've raised as always. And always... It's the crack of it. People sometimes go and don't even buy anything. They just go for the banter and everything, which it's just part and parcel of country life, isn't it?
This is it. I think fairy cakes at £100 a piece is something else. But a few beers or gins on board and, the fun is there, isn't it?
It is indeed. Don't forget, if you want to hear the programme in full without any of the shortened down interviews, you can always go to manxradio.com and download the podcast, and it's free as well, and you can do to the Listen Again feature as well. If you have anything for Countryside, let Kirree or myself know, and you can email countryside@manxradio.com. You're away at the Sheeps this week.
I am indeed off to Cheshire for the annual AGM of the Texel breed. So that'll be really nice. 50 years celebration of the Texels there. A great breed to be involved with. And we've got to dress up. 70s fancy dress, Simon.
Oh, well. Should suit you. That's it for this week's Countryside. We're back next week at the same time at 5:30. Until then, from me, Simon Clark.
And me, Kirree Kermode.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.